tonight we're going to start with basically taking this material and channeling it out so that we have a guide for the plate that is actually going to move up and down. One of the problems that I'm having is due to the fact that I actually don't have the right guides for this blade. This blade should be sitting back a little bit further. It needs a different block size here, but I haven't had a chance to make one up yet. So that's one of the reasons that we're having such an issue. If this was sitting back, I would be able to properly tension the blade on the saw. I can't put the full tension on this blade the way it should be. It's an 1¼ inch blade, and these jaws are designed for 1 inch. So that's kind of the issue that I've been having here. So I kind of finesse it so I can use that 1¼ blade with the guides that I have. So we're going to clean these off, and then we're going to go over to the drill. Okay, so the next thing we have to do is drill all these top plates so that they can fasten down into these plates here. So to do that, I'm over at the Buffalo Drill Press. We already have our drill bit set up. We're ready to start drilling. We have 4 holes on each plate at the ends, and we can screw into both of the uprights. And these will be through holes, and then the other plates will be drilled and tapped. It's going to be kind of boring watching me drill all these holes, so we can cut out now, and then we'll, when we're all done, we'll come back and show you the next step. These are the top plates. This is your side piece. These top plates go on like this. Cap bolt will go down and fasten into the side plates, and this little piece will slide back and forth. There'll be a screw through the center of this that pushes this downward towards the to tension the wheel on the trolley. So that's how that's going to work. This will be there'll be a spring between this and the bottom plate that will allow there to be a little bit of spring as the wheel goes up and down the trolley if the trolley's not exact, or the track on the trolley isn't exactly perfect, then it can expand and contract slightly as it moves up and down. So that's the thinking on this. And so we're going to call it an evening. The little lady has called us and said she wants us to come home. It's late. So we're going to call it quits this evening and start another night. Probably won't get back here for a couple of nights, but to doing this. But we'll pick up there. This isn't the end of the video. We'll continue on and finish this up and show you how we're going to get this bracket put together. Okay, so we've drilled our side pieces for our top caps, and now we're tapping them with a 1/4 tap. The holes are way deep, so I didn't need a bottom tap. I'm not going to go down that far with my hole, so I just used my standard twist type tap, and that'll do. I'll run it pretty near all the way down. The hole's much deeper than the bit, so I don't have to worry about it hitting bottom or causing some ruin. So we'll just go ahead and we'll start tapping here. You got to turn it into forward, make sure that's tight, and we'll get her started. We're using the Buffalo drill press on a 5 revolutions per minute. So it's pretty slow, but that's adequate for it to tap without breaking her. I have a reverse button, so to clean out the tap I'll take it down about halfway or so, and then I'll clean out off the tap and start again. You can see it's got a bunch of crud in there. I want to clean that away and get a little bit nicer running as it goes down there. Okay, and I'll reverse it and start it back down. I've got a KB control on this. This is really handy because you can set this to whatever you want as far as speed goes. Of course, you got the different gearing at the head as well. And you can instantly reverse it, which is really cool. The original switch on this, you couldn't reverse it. Okay, so we've got that hole tapped. So we'll go ahead and tap the rest of these and then bring you back when we're finished and show you the next step. Okay, I found the center of the top caps. What we're going to do is we're going to drill through the top cap, and then we're going to tap it for these Allen screws, and that'll be our adjustment screw to tighten that wheel up against the track on the trolley. So let's go ahead and we'll drill these out. There we go. Okay, what I'm going to do now, I'm going to go grab the slide plates, and I want to keep these with their paired sides. I'm going to grab the side plates, and I'm going to just countersink a little bit of a dimple in there so that the bolt will actually seat into it a little bit and help it find center. So I'm going to go grab those real quick and then we'll drill a dimple in those. Okay, what we're going to do, we're going to dimple these so that this bolt will have some place to seat into and it won't want to slide off of it. So as it comes down, it'll go into the dimple, push this forward, and thus tighten the lamp. So I'm marking the centers on this. All I have to do here is make one line because that's already set for. We'll do the other one. See that mark? Okay, we got marks on both of these, so we'll go ahead and we'll do a little dimple on here. And that should be more than enough. That way this bolt will seat right into this, see? And push it centerwards. Okay, we'll do the other one. Then we can go back and start putting this stuff together if I've got enough quarter 20 screws anyway. There we go. All done with that. We can take these pieces over and then we can start assembling. Oops, I have to tap these top plates, so let me tap those, then we'll go over and we'll put these things together. Okay, what we're going to do now is we're going to weld these uprights onto the block. They're drilled, they're tapped for the top, so now it's time to weld. Put our piece in here. This will be my driver. But before I do that, we're going to cut that spring and so we can use it on two halves here. I mean two units. about ready to go on. So why don't we take you over to the uprights and we'll show you how this is gonna work, and we'll go from there. Okay, we've taken and we got this trolley system all pretty much done, except I have to tap out the back side for the bolt that's going to apply the tension. But basically this goes on like this. We're going to take these wheels, put those on here. Basically that's how this is going to fit. Then we'll take this, we'll adjust this forward with the tension spring, and then this will ride up and down the pulley. And show you how this keeps the tension on this as it rolls up and down the track on this trolley here. So that's pretty much the way this system is going to work. What we'll do is we'll have an L bracket right in this area here, probably right across here, that will be fastened with shoulder bolts, short shoulder bolts, so that it can float back and forth. And each side will have that, so this the bottom of the pad that we'll actually put stuff on will be able to float back and forth as it goes up, just in case there's any variance from side to side. If you make it tight, it's liable to bind up going up and down. But if I put shoulder bolts in there so it can slide back and forth, then that'll prevent any bind as it goes up and down, and basically make for a nice working system. So the next thing I have to do is I'm going to have to get 5/8 tap, so I can tap that. 5/8/16 I believe it is. And then put my bolts in there to pull it in, and then we're going to put another one of these together. Now that I've got this done, once I get that tapped in there and I know that it's working correctly, then we'll go ahead and we'll put our bracket on the bottom for our pan on the elevator, or whatever you want to call it, dumbwaiter. And then we'll build the rack that's going to be used to pull it up. And what we'll do is do a time lapse on the assembly of one of these units from scratch. So we'll do that in another video. So, well, thanks for watching. We appreciate you looking at Erdman Door, and we hope to have more videos coming out to you. Thank you.